Andrew, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. I'm so excited to do this one.
Yeah, honestly, thank you. Yeah, you know what, man, it's these times. It's nice to always just talk to someone new, right? Like,
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Especially
weird.
with music. It's always
Yeah,
fun
like
meeting other musicians.
with musicians, right? We meet each other while we're at venues. We're on the road. It's you just so happen to play with all these other people that just have like the same passion as you. So
Oh
it's nice
yeah.
actually to jump on a call and
Oh yeah, man. No, it's gonna
like
be fun just to
like
kind of shoot the shit with
and
you.
we
It's
can
gonna be
play the
fun.
set together. We can, yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, man. Yeah. So I guess I'll just start off with. I'll start off with this way, just because he wanted me to. He just wanted to let you know that the Wet Bandit says hello.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I remember,
So
yeah, we played freaking um Bovine. I'm pretty sure we played like a Bovine show with
yeah,
them.
yeah. No, yeah, because I guess like it's so funny. It didn't feel like it to me, but when I kind of look at it, it's you guys like with your new EP, you released it basically in the midst of all of this chaos, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because I didn't think it came
Like
out during this, but
yeah, well, we released the first song off that EP was May of last year, and it was when it was when everything was starting, and when we were in that first huge lockdown in Ontario, and
yeah,
yeah, it's crazy. It's like we were lucky enough to like have recorded before, like just before, had some stuff to write it out, but like we tried to it's so tough. I can imagine like what some bands are going through now too, just like because you can't do anything. We were lucky enough to have some stuff and maybe like prolong some content and started working a lot for ourselves. But
yeah, because like you must have just finished recording all of it before it hit, right?
it was like February, like late January, early February. Got it, and then we got the mixed it back a couple weeks later, and
Nice. Yeah, that's
yeah, I
that's
think
that's good timing.
like it's well, but it's also like we had you have a huge plan for when like a release for a band like an EP, right? Like you have all these plans, and in July, that coming July, we were supposed to do our first West Coast tour. Like we were going, had like 15 days out there, but we were playing like 14 shows in 15 days, going
Yeah.
out west and coming back, and it just sucked. Like
Yeah.
it was rushing, right?
Oh, totally. And I'm like, I don't know if much changed for like the plans when you were rolling out the EP, like with say like I know you guys with the videos you've done it like yourself and everything, which is like really awesome. But like did any of that kind of change because of all of this? Like any of that process or
Yeah, well, like yeah, like entirely it changed. Like we kind of even moved like the release date too. Like we had to kind of just revamp and be like, okay, well, we have to somehow release this EP, release this, our work without being able to go and play shows. So
yeah.
it really was like a different thought process. It's like, well, now like we can't get together and do music videos. So it's like what other avenues can we use just to kind of get content out there, try and stay like in people's feeds and stuff. And it's tough, right? You can't like it's easy to get pictures of playing shows and like all you
Oh
play
yeah.
every night and all this stuff and simple content when all you want to do is just play live, right? But
100%.
yeah, we definitely had to rethink like how we were doing this. And I mean I feel we wish we could have even put more new music out already before.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah,
Because
but in realness, we haven't even played those songs live. Really, to it, we haven't played a show with those songs.
yeah, that's crazy
So,
to think about
you know,
that. That's
it's
true.
yeah,
Jeez.
a lot. It's a lot. So we want to just get new stuff out there. Keep fucking be relevant and
Yeah.
stay in people's feeds and stuff. And
I think that's the important thing with any musician is like, yeah, you really got to be on social media a lot just to kind
yeah,
of stay
I-
relevant, right?
yeah.
And like people are like, oh, they're still around. So
And it's tough, like it's tough to find motivation these days too when
yeah,
you're stuck like especially people in Ontario and you're stuck at home and there's a lot of like negativity online and it's you got to kind of you know
yeah,
stay
it's been
positive, find like little avenues of social media is just hit miss, right?
it's been tough to stay positive, but yeah, I hear you there. Especially, yeah, I was gonna ask like how like because now it's been over a year. Like, how's it? Has it just been like crazy up and down over in Ontario there?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, some mishandlings of stuff. Like luckily now we're, up in the vaccines and stuff. I already got my first vaccine. It's just, one
Nice.
step closer to getting to play shows. But I mean, there's you see bands now posting like new dates in September and stuff, and there's some festivals that are going to happen
Yep.
in the States and stuff. So it's hopefully, right, like, we can get
Yeah,
back
no,
to
we
normal.
can kind of start to see the end here, which is good. Because yeah, I love seeing like all like it's like, oh, here's the festival lineup. You're like, oh yes, it's coming.
Yeah, yeah. And you're just like, is it gonna actually happen though? Like, let's just hope it
That's yeah, you're just hoping that it does for sure.
yeah,
Like yeah, you're hoping they're not jumping the gun on it.
yeah,
But no,
definitely. Yeah.
and yeah, like with one question I wanted to ask, like Way the Anchor, how did that band name come to be? How'd you guys decide that?
Well, we've been through like a bunch of well, before COVID and all this stuff, we've been through some name changes, and or not even name changes, but like band member changes. And when we were starting, we were trying to think of a band name. Like, I'm pretty sure we were just like all just so focused on getting a group together, just wanted to start writing music and stuff. And our old guitarist actually was like like read this analogy, and it was way the anchor meant like, lifting up. Way the anchor means lifting up the anchor of a boat, like getting stuff going. And we
Yeah.
hadn't played music in a while, so it was kind of just like,
Oh, nice.
kind of like a little nice motto to say, like, we get stuff going, way the anchor.
Yeah, that's
And we
pretty
just
cool. I
were
like that.
fine with it. It's like, we didn't care about the name, we didn't care about anything. We were just like,
Yeah, just
start playing music, start
excited
playing
to do it.
shows.
Yeah. Yeah, because you guys were originally like five, right?
Yeah, five. Three of us now, but I mean, it's just been three of us lately because of COVID and stuff, right? It's
Yeah. Was that quite a change, like dropping from five to three?
I
Or
mean, not so much, because like me, Brendan and Brad, like we work so well together. And
yeah.
it's just like, we all have the same feelings about where we want to be, and how much passion we put into this group, that it's kind of it's was like a seamless change almost, right? Like
Okay.
we wanted to get new music out right away. That's why there's only like 4 songs on our latest EP. We're like, we have to just, it's a
Just do
change,
it.
right? We want
Yeah.
to we want to just express where we are as people at this point. And we were lucky enough to be able to do it quick. And
Nice.
yeah, just
Sweet,
it's
man.
been
Yeah. Yeah. Because like it's funny when we started out too, like we were just like a 3-piece when we started in like high school, right? Typical. And then, we got like a keyboardist and then another guitarist. And then it kind of just, after the hiatus, it's just like me and the drummer now. But we're just like, whatever, man, let's just do whatever we got to do.
just keep pushing. Like, obviously, like, if we're gonna if things were normal and everything, we're gonna tour, like we would have full uh
Yeah.
lineup, and have people involved. But it was just, like, it's weird when you get older, and you have something kind of going. You have to think more of a business side too. It's like, who do you want really making the decisions? And
Yeah.
you got to keep stuff kind of, you got to all be on the same page. And we work so well together, and that's kind of how
Yeah.
it seems like it hasn't been really that much of a change. Like, it's straight to the point, and we just want to keep writing music and can't wait to play again.
Yeah, man, 100%. Yeah, I think that's super important. Like, it's normal to like, bash heads together once in a while, but like, yeah, as long as everyone's on the same page, they have the same outlook, that's what you gotta have.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a really good connect, because like, I know that I what we create, like, I couldn't create it by myself, like, right, I need them.
Yeah, you
And
need them. Yeah.
you gotta have friends like that, or just be, no matter what you're into, whether it's music, anything, your passion, whatever, like, as long as you have friends, or you stick around people that want to see you succeed,
Yeah.
that's all it takes to make you feel more motivated and passionate. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
right.
And then because yeah, I know you did you took graphic design there. So with like the, all the artwork, the album artwork, music videos, like that's pretty much you, I'm assuming.
Yeah, like I do a lot of it now, and really my inspiration to learn a bit more about this, because I early on when I was playing in bands when I was like 13, 14, just a little teenager,
Yeah.
I like fell in love with like the like the promotional side with the t-shirts and what we were selling and how everything looked. So and as being in band, like I expect to be in a band my entire life, right? So I was like, well, I should probably like find another way to kind of make money, but what can benefit me and our group together?
Yeah,
So
100%.
now I can actually, like I'm not a good illustrator, nothing like that, but have a little bit of an understanding how to kind of make a brand and have like some consistency and put that to what I cared about most, and it's the band. So we're kind of thinking of ways, like I just need a computer to have some work,
Yeah, and
right?
that's awesome. Yeah, and I think like since like we've gotten
Kind of,
back.
yeah, you just gotta have like, you have multiple avenues, but same industry, multiple avenues, like just try and be involved with everything.
Yeah, because that's definitely one thing that I'm kind of, since we started getting back playing and writing again, is I'm definitely kind of diving into more of that stuff to kind of get better at it. Just because it's like, yeah, you might as well,
Yeah,
if you can do it,
and
like do it.
fun. And honestly, it saves us. Honestly, it saves us a ton of money.
Oh
Like if
yeah,
you like, it's really, and especially like code itself, like is shown us like what we can really accomplish just on our own.
yeah, true enough.
Like instead of paying all these people or whatever, like trying to get all this stuff down, like really just try and do like as much as you can by yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Plus, like
Uh,
the more you mess around, the more you learn, the better you get at it. So,
yeah, yeah.
and I watched a bunch of your music videos there, and man, those they're great. They're done well.
Yeah, like it's like I most of the footage is curated from like some great artists and stuff, and like you could just do all the stuff on your own, just buy licenses, like you're allowed to use it, promote other artists, and promote
Yeah,
other people's art. And
because like what programs are you kind of using just to edit all that stuff?
well, I pretty much Premiere, like it's
Oh, okay,
I'm all Adobe, yeah, so it's
nice.
Adobe Premiere and then After Effects as well too, with
Okay,
a lot of the motion text and stuff.
nice.
But
How
it's
long
really,
would it? Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
oh, it's all about like how much time you put into it, because I never used to know how to do all this stuff. And we used to
Yeah,
do music videos where we're all playing together in the same room, and then you got to think about
different
different
ways. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna ask how long, like I guess it could be any one of the music videos, but how long would like one of those take you to kind of put together and finish?
I mean, at the time, considering it was like we were in a major lockdown, like I could whip out one of those videos in like a couple days.
Oh, I guess yeah, if you're just at home.
Right? Like, 'cause I had nothing to do, but it was like this all I was focused on. But that was, it was a great time, because I honestly like us deciding to release this album last May, or it was like June or something, but we started releasing like the first single in May and
Yeah,
stuff. And it really like it was tough for a bit, right? Because we were trying to find motivation. It's like, oh, we can't play shows. Like, what do we do? And then doing the videos and keeping up with the graphic design, like kept my inspiration live. And hopefully we have some traction, and people are looking at stuff throughout this whole period. So hopefully when we play shows again, that we're still in people's minds, and
yeah,
want like people excited about it, I guess. It's
yeah, that's true. And like,
so
have you
tough, you never
guys?
know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and have you guys like been jamming lately, or how's it been over there with that?
Well, we actually we're in this like contest that was for Canadian Music Week, like CMW. We came like the one out, like we're one out of 3 finalists in Ontario,
Oh yes,
and
I seen
sponsored
that.
by Jim Beam. So we actually, the other month, we were lucky enough, right before like Ontario locked down again, we were able to go into Metalworks, which is a great studio in Mississauga, it's just outside Toronto. And
Nice.
we were able to record one of our songs. Like we recorded Medicate live off the floor in Metalworks, and then we the other weekend we did a Zoom call with some panels, and it's going to be a part of a webisode. And so it was really cool. Like we actually was crazy that we hadn't played in a year, and then we got to go into a studio and play live off the floor. It was just like a great feeling. It was the best.
That's pretty
You know?
cool. Nice.
Yeah. So, and I mean, in this day and age, it was great content. So hopefully in June, late June, I guess they're gonna release it, but it's kind of up to them.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
That was fun. It was different, obviously, it being three of us, but like, just
Yeah.
being in the studio was cool. It was a good feeling.
Oh yeah.
You realize how much you miss stuff, like the only, like your passion, what you love, until it's not there, until
Yeah.
like, you go to a bar and play, or like you can't play guitar to people, even if it's like 3 people. So many times it's just watching like TV, being like, I wish I could just like pick up a guitar and play to like 4 people. 4
Exactly.
people on it, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh, it's so true, man. Yeah, you totally take things for granted, right? Once it's taken away, you're like, oh my God. No, that's good, man. It's exciting. Yeah, it's funny. That's how I kind of found out about you guys, was on Spotify, like on my release radar. Medicate showed up, and it was just like that intro. I was just fucking hooked, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I went through like everything else that you guys had.
Yeah, that was the first like song off the last EP, like when we made all these changes, and I started, because I used to play bass and do like backup vocals, and I was kind of like the second vocalist and stuff. But then once we made all these changes, it's the first song that we started writing together, where I was the vocalist, and then it was just me, Brad.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that song, I'm pretty proud how it came out. So I'm glad that you.
Oh yeah, it's on my rotation, man. Most of your songs are, so. No, and yeah, I was gonna. So yeah, I know you from what I've looked at and stuff, you started out on guitar, right? When you were younger.
Yeah, like I grew up playing guitar. I don't know. I mean, always tried to convince my mom to let me get a drum set, but that never happened. And I mean, it was probably for the best, because I'm terrible at drums.
Oh yeah, I'm the same. Yeah.
But yeah, so I eventually, my mom got like saved up $200, and I got like a Jimi Hendrix Squire replica guitar, and
oh yeah,
when I was like 13, and then that was it, right? Just sat in my room, like tried to learn every single Alexis on Fire or Protest Hero song that I could, and that over. And then, I mean, it's weird. As soon as I learned that like I could write my own songs, I stopped learning everybody else's songs. And then like people were like, "Oh, play a song." I'm like,
yeah,
play you what I wrote. Like,
exactly.
Man, yeah, it was just like, get a guitar, and like when you're younger, that's all you want to do, right? You're in your own room, and you just
mess around, man. And like, that's kind of the one question I was going to ask. How did you go from guitar to bass? Usually it's the other way.
Right, I know, but I even went and did like a program at Fanshawe for music, like for recording. It was music industry arts and stuff, and it just did not connect with it whatsoever. Like my ear, from playing so much, my ears were already like done. I was like, I can't really record that well. Like I just like live shows, right? Like it just always rough from loud music, hurting
Gotcha.
it. But yeah, like I don't know. Sorry, I forgot the train of thought.
No, yeah, no worries. Like, did you switch to bass like when the band started?
Yeah, no. So when we came back, when I got like back into Oakville and stuff, found a couple of guys that were interested in music, and I was playing guitar. Like we had a couple practices where I was playing guitar, but then eventually we found some other guys that were into it, and I was like, hey, I can like sing a bit more. I'll play bass. Like I just wanted to get a band together.
I kind of I kind of thought that's probably the reason.
So it's like because I focus so much more on like other stuff behind, like besides just playing. Like I love doing all the social media stuff and the graphic design and whatever. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll play bass. I could sell some stuff, buy a new rig, blah blah blah, and like I just wanted to be on stage again. So
yeah, man, no, 100%. So like, when was the last show you played before everything went down? Like, did you guys play any shows like while you were recording the new stuff?
Well, we played like 3 shows as we were recording the new stuff, and it was like honestly, like in February of last year. Like we were supposed to play a house show. Like we were supposed to play a party in March. It was like March just before St. Patrick's Day or something.
Okay.
But then it was weird because we had to be like, you know what, it's probably not right to play it. Like it was at that time where nothing was closed, but like
Everyone was
COVID was
iffy.
kind of gonna be a real thing, and we're like, yeah, it's, you know, we can't do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, so November and kind of, yeah, February I think was the last one.
Nah, crazy,
Like,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, everyone's itching to just play a show, man.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. And then you see, it's weird seeing some state, you know, certain states, and even watching some of the hockey games now, like they have vaccinated and non-vaccinated sections, and there's people going wild, and you're just like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm in Ontario, right? So I'm like, what?
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Crazy.
I know, like, yeah, that was the first thing I noticed. Yeah, was I think it was like a huge DJ like show in Florida, and then yeah, watching like some of the hockey games, all the people in the stands. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like,
yeah, Florida just like decided it was gone. I guess.
Yeah, they're like, well, it's gone. No one has it.
Yeah. I mean, if you just don't talk about it.
Yeah, there. Exactly. Yeah, if you don't, no one mentions it, it's fine. Yeah, man, and yeah, with hockey, I don't know. That's kind of one thing that I don't know. You know, being Canadian, it's been one thing that's been nice over this is having hockey. it's a kind of a norm, even though there's no crowd.
Last year when it came back, even when like there was like some soccer coming back or anything, it was just like, oh, so yeah, some level of normalization to what we're living right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, like because they had the Stanley, because you know they had the finals here in Edmonton, and like I had a buddy who was there, he was working at the you know when Tampa won it, and he's like, it was just the weirdest thing, like, you know, nobody there. Like
it's weird. Yeah, I honestly, I have some like people that I know that are posting like stories and stuff, and they'll just be like at a game, and it's like in Carolina or something, right? Because like the whole stadium's open, tons of people there, but then like the guy's just there, and I'm like my cousin was there, and it's like, what? Like, it's like a different world, right? Like I couldn't even imagine it now. I'm like,
yeah,
wow.
I know we're just so used to a different way now that it's just like we're so shocked when we see like any kind of big crowd. We're like, what is that?
And we shouldn't, you know, and it shouldn't really be, because like if you think like, you know, how long it's only been, how much does a year and a bit affect your entire lifestyle and the way you do things? But it does.
Yeah, it definitely feels like longer, man. Yeah. It does for sure.
I've had so many months and weeks where like, you know, you even struggle to find like, you know, I play guitar every single day, but where I can't find inspiration to like write stuff or whatever, like, you know, like you just get bummed out and whatever.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time bands get their inspiration from being on the road and then meeting all these people and you know, you having experiences and, you know, getting into shit you wouldn't expect to get into, blah blah blah, whatever, stories and stuff. So it's been probably rough for a lot of people.
Yeah, man, I hear you there, because yeah, you know, you're so used to like, you know, you can go out and have some beers with your friends, you can go to the movies, you can go for dinner, and it's like when that's all taken away, yeah, like, you know, you're kind of stuck in this limbo of like boredom and just not being able to do anything. Yeah, it's hard to find inspiration to do that.
Yeah, and it's like being exposed to like different things too, right? Like you never know what you're gonna see one day, or if you're in a different city or all this stuff. Like
yeah, exactly.
You know, where you kind of just, you know, you build yourself up by the experiences that you go through.
Oh yeah, and that was the question I was asked. Like with all of this, how has your like physical and, you know, mental health been?
I mean, at the first, it's getting a lot better, obviously, because you kind of, you know, you get used to it, and you're like, well, I mean, if you have any sort of motivation, you can build and build different routines, different lifestyles. So, I mean, the thing at first was like the struggle to be active, right? Like you're not outside as much. And, you know, I used to play like beer league hockey or play like some, stuff just where you're, you're really sweating and being physical for a night out of the week, but you have to find different avenues. So it's been tough. Like, I mean, it's being a musician too, right? Like a lot of us are introverts, like we just want to express our art, right? Like there is social media, but I love just playing shows. It's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Just playing and going around. So even though we've been writing and stuff, but we're getting excited now that like some hope that we're gonna be playing some shows maybe within this year, and
yeah, no, I hear you there, man. And
it's like,
yeah, and with because like I guess kind of like what you said, you're trying to like figure out these other things to do. Like, is there anything that you've taken up or been doing differently since, like, being you can't do a lot?
I started taking, like, just going outside, walking, and taking pictures. Like, started doing photography a lot more. Stuff where like you get bored, right? Like, so I just started doing that. Just go outside, just random pictures and stuff, edit them. It takes up some time, but it's nice, and you never know if someone might want to use some of those pictures. So it just adds to the also like, I'm a very like being like wanting to do graphic design and stuff. I'm a very visual person. Making music, I'm always into like promo shots and videos and stuff like that. So just kind of trying to learn a new thing. It's just like actually how to control a camera the proper way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely have gotten into that the last year too, is just like more camera stuff too. Anything to benefit the band, really.
but there's also something like, honestly, there's something peaceful of just like going outside and walking around and not having a reason to, and just like taking pictures. And it's like comes out differently on like a device than it is just like, staring at it or whatever. And really treating it like, like, and being proud of going and taking a good picture. Like, it makes you feel good if you come back and you put the photo on your computer and then load it up, and you're, just adds to content.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's nice, man. Yeah, it's good. It's always good to find something to do, especially going outside, making it something like that.
At least it's now it's like summer. It was a long winter when you're stuck inside too.
Yeah, it really was, man. Yeah, and I think that's what sucked too, is in the midst of all this, in winter it's like dark at like 4:00. Like it's it's brutal.
I know it's weird. Here it's 8:30 here, and it's still sun outside, and I'm like, what time is it?
Yeah, nice. No, and that was, so one thing that must have been pretty cool there was getting into the AP magazine there, like the 10 pop punk bands you should check out kind of thing.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
that's like, pretty sweet.
I hadn't really, I don't know if we really like posted that much or anything, but like little features like that it's good. Morale booster too.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Like, did they just kind of, before that came out, did they just kind of like get a hold of you, or?
No, it was random actually. They just posted it, and it was kind of like a nice surprise. So it's like, cool. Sweet. All right, we'll repost it. Yeah. I mean, like it's been weird. Like we try so hard to have like kind of consistent content out there, even though we're not doing anything. But you don't want to be, we don't want to just throw stuff out and just post and whatnot. So, but that was why it was really nice to kind of have, a couple of times it's happened where we've had these features, and it's like, all right, people are still listening, right? Like it gets you kind of pumped up to be able to play a show again or something. It's like people are still paying attention, still listening.
Yeah, exactly, man. And
it's hard. There's so many avenues, right? Like social, like internet, everything. Like it's hard to get people's attention these days, right? Because there's just so much stuff out there.
There's so much content. And like, how do you think that's going to be like when we're able to start doing shows again? Like, how do you think that's going to transition with all this?
I don't know. That's a tough call, right? Because like every week, like stuff changes. You don't really know. Like I'm hopeful for the fall and stuff that it will be pretty close to back to normal. I mean,
do you think they'll kind of do like a limited capacity at first?
Yeah, it'll be weird because like even around here, there's a lot of like venues are different. Like restaurants or it's a half a venue, or if it's just a venue, like how many people. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the limit's gonna be crazy. But I mean, hopefully people just start playing outside for the summer and stuff. And
Yeah, outside festivals
I
or
don't know, like
shows, something.
yeah, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. And like, especially like you go to like a show that we play or go to, everyone is gonna fucking wanna mosh and rock out. Like
Oh yeah, right. Like I can't. I'll be in my freaking living room, bedroom here, and then like can listen to a song, and I can't help but jumping around.
exactly, yeah.
It's like, oh, you're at a venue or anywhere in public, just so excited. But I mean, the people that will go and the people that will be out, hopefully, will be the ones that are respectful and are the ones that just can't wait to be able just to watch someone live.
Oh yeah,
And
100%, man.
you know.
And so like how long have you been playing, like I guess just in bands in general? Like how long have you been doing that?
I mean, so I was born in 1993, so I think I learned guitar when I was like 12.
Okay.
Maybe I think that's yeah, good time. But I mean, we've been Way the Anchor's been a band for since 2016, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, in high school I was in bands. I mean, even when I wasn't in bands, I've been kicked out of bands. I've been whatever, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
kicked out of bands. I've been tried to play a different instrument, whatever. It always was trying to do something. But even when I wasn't in a band, I was like always just doing stuff on my own. I used to play shows.
Oh, just like
When
kind
I
of like
was
acoustic shows or something?
acoustic shows too. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's always just stems from me always wanting to play live. Now obviously I have a bunch of different avenues where I can have some creativity, like social media and online stuff and doing the graphic design stuff. But yeah, it always stems down just wanting to play shows.
Nice. Yeah. So are you guys roughly all around the same age then?
Yeah, I'm actually the oldest, but
Oh.
yeah, within like 4 or 5 years. Yeah. We're
Oh,
all
really? Oh,
20s.
Jesus. Okay. Wow, the rest of them are that young? My God.
Well, yeah, I think our drummer Brendan, he's the youngest. He just had a birthday in March, and I don't know. I think he's 24 or something like that.
Just
Who keeps count
just
these days?
just babies, man.
Yeah.
God, yeah, no, yeah, it's funny your EP because it came out on July 10th last year, which was nice because that's my birthday. So it was like a nice little birthday to myself. I was like, all right, sweet.
Right on.
Yeah, and yeah, like I'll be turning 32 this year. So it's not
I mean,
fun.
honestly, I even thought I was like 28 the past year, but I'm turning 28. Who knows how long I've been inside, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think like age doesn't matter anymore. Who cares?
No, yeah, it's funny, man. Yeah, like I do not feel like I'm in my 30s. I still feel like I'm in my 20s. It's so funny when you're just like, really, I'm getting that old now? Like shit.
Yeah. Like, I'll just stop thinking about it.
Yeah, like our drummer, I've known him since we've known each other since we were 15. So like over half of our lives. It's just like insane. And we've been playing music since then, right? So
Yeah.
it's nuts to think about
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I have a friend that I grew up with that we like his dad introduced us into music because he had guitars and stuff, and I remember hanging out with him and we just listened to music. We probably burned CDs, like 10 CDs a day when we were like 9 years old. Just like any song we knew, we're like, a CD, put it on a CD.
Yeah.
All this stuff. But he had a nice like 80s electric blue Stratocaster.
Oh, nice.
And we just started picking it up one day and started playing and stuff. And he does some great musical stuff, but it's funny where it's just like that kind of bonding experience that brings you to music. It's just like,
oh yeah, no, 100%, man. Yeah, it's funny. Because I think like my dad got me my guitar when I think I was like 10, and like I was somewhat interested, but it wasn't like totally all the way into it. So I think I like left it for a little bit, and then when I was 12, I picked it up and got right into it. But it's funny because he bought like it's this old like Man Flying V, and it's right-handed, but I picked it up left-handed, and that's how I played it. So when I first learned it, I learned everything. I learned everything upside down. Like all these Blink songs, I knew it upside down. And then we got it restrung because he's like, we got to make it left-handed. And then it was like learning guitar all over again.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
cool. That's a cool story.
Oh yeah, but I was just like, yeah, it's funny because that guitar is the only thing I'm left-handed in.
It's weird. Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
strange. I don't know why I picked it up that way.
I don't know if I even like the first time. I feel like I think when I was in elementary school, we had a class where they made us buy a ukulele. Like it was like $25 or something. So then I think that was like my intro into guitar. But I don't think like I think I just like watched like so many videos and stuff of people playing guitar. I just like picked it up and like
yeah,
like was like if brother like I shoot right-handed, but my dad's right-handed for everything but writes left-handed, it's like all these
yeah, super strange. And like it's funny because if I think about it more, I feel like I don't know, whatever hand you're dominant with, I feel like it makes more sense for that to be your fretting hand because you're like the strength for like the strings and everything makes more sense. When I think about it that way, it's just like that just makes sense to me.
And then when you actually play guitar, you're like, I don't even know what both my hands are doing.
Exactly. Yeah, and yeah, that was like, yeah, I think because what would we say was the first song you learned on guitar?
I don't even know. I probably can't even answer that, but no. I know that like literally I had when I was younger, I had Green Day's like international super hits, and it was like just like 21 songs of their their biggest hits off their past fucking albums. And so everything I had, like I remember my sister used to come in and just give me like CDs because when she was older and I was younger, but started playing guitar. And it was like Taking Back Sunday CDs or like Alexis on Fire CDs. So I just started like playing along to whatever I could, play on a CD player or like my Walkman. I would just listen to headphones and start playing along. So I pretty much used to just learn like Protest the Hero and Alexis on Fire.
I mean, yeah,
but I was a way better guitarist when I was like 15 than I am now. I am way worse than I am, right? Because like I was just sitting in my room listening.
Oh, that's all you did,
songs, and then now I'm like, all I do is kind of try and write my own stuff. Like I don't really learn songs to the T. Like you can learn chords and whatever, you do your own thing. But as soon as you learn how to write music, it's kind of technical stuff goes out.
It's funny because I think it kind of makes sense. You must have you just dove right in there if you were just learning Protest the Hero. Jesus.
Yeah, I honestly like I think about it, like did I actually like did I actually know how to play that song, or am I just remembering it like really wrong? I don't know. But yeah, no, there's definitely a couple of songs I'm like, I used to know how to play this. But,
man.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's funny growing up because it was in my room, right? You have a guitar and.
If you don't, it's funny because like it was the same thing. That's all we did back then too. And I remember listening to like the first album we ever did, or like old demos or something. And I listened to the guitar and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like I made some pretty good riffs there. And it's like I was way faster too. And like I try and do that riff now, and it's like I'm really trying to keep up.
I had a band when I was in high school, and we were called Raising Atlantis, and I played guitar. And I listened to some of the songs, like we were like 16 or 17 when we were doing it. And like we got like really good recordings done. Like there were some like great songs. And I listened to them to this day. I'm like, how did I write that? I was like a kid in high school. Like what?
Yeah.
Like I'm way more focused and like passionate about it now. It's like, why can't I do that now? Like
100%. Yeah. It's
right?
you look back and you're just like, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny how you can just like look back and be like impressed in yourself. You're like, nice, good job.
Well, it's weird also that like being a musician, like if you're, you stick with it and you're in all these different bands and do your own shitty demos and stuff together when you're writing songs, blah blah blah. But the thing is, you have all this stuff, so like you can go back and see. Like it's kind of like a snapshot into your life, like 10 years ago. Like I can listen to songs where like I remember writing this song when I was 15 years old because I have this recording.
Exactly.
Like, it's cool. Like it's a different. It's kind of thing where like some of the passion stems from, right? Because it's just you accepted that it's a part of your life.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's funny because I think it was like maybe a month ago. I was just kind of doing some cleanup on my computer and looking through some stuff, and I found some like super old files from like stuff I thought we lost. I was like, you listen to it and you're just like, it's so bad, but it's so I love it. Yeah.
But it's so good, right? Yeah, you're like, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I do that when I find like the random old iPod or something, and you're like, whoa, this was like for a year and a half when I was like 16 and 17, I had this iPod.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so funny to look back on like how we listen to music, man. And now it's just like Spotify on your phone.
Yeah, I used to pay $1.29 for every song that I wanted to buy on iTunes.
Yeah, or using like LimeWire, just like torrenting stuff.
Yeah, it's just like downloading 3 movies as you're just trying to download a song.
Or I remember like our drummer, he was, oh my God, he would go to HMV all the time and he would like buy CDs like crazy, like 2 for 20, 3 for 30, whatever. And I just was always like, here, give me them. Oh, yeah. I'm going to burn it onto my computer. Like, oh my God. Yeah. And now it's like, it's so funny. Like, you know, crazy. No one does that anymore. It's just, you can't find really hard copies. It's like,
yeah, it's funny. We got like, pretty sure we got our, like our SoCan, we got an email from SoCan as like your royalties from getting streams and stuff, and we got like $11.
Oh yeah.
Like, woo! Yeah, it's like it just proves that, you know, people don't. We do this because we need to, and we love it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and it's funny too. I feel like, I guess if you can put your take in on it, but with how music is now, it almost seems like, what's the point of releasing like a full album now?
Yeah, I know. I mean, like weird for like, I think like our genre with like, you know, rock lovers and being punk and stuff, like people underestimate how many people actually respect like a big like release, like a chunk of songs, you know, 10 or 11 songs. It's like when you're in a band and stuff, you realize like that's a fucking lot of work. Like, you know, like 10's like, that's, you know, you hone, like, you so much energy goes into this stuff. So like the amount of respect someone can put out a full length, like, you know, we realize how big that is and how much that is. And like there's nothing better, like I just being a kid, it's nothing better than buying an album and then just clicking number 1 and you know that you have 12 other songs left to play. So like, I mean, it's a lot easier to put out music now, so like you can do singles and stuff. But I mean, I want to believe by the out, like we want to try and do a full length.
Yeah. Like, have you guys ever done a full length, or has it just been EPs mostly?
We've just been doing EPs, and like the last one was just 4 songs because all the changes and stuff, and with me being the front singer and stuff, we wanted to get it out there. But like we still had a bunch of other songs on the go, but we just wanted to kind of get those out there. And I personally, like, I just love when bands drop like a freaking 10 song album.
Yeah, and I'm the same way.
You want like, just, it tells a story. It's kind of like a, you know, like into their life. It's what they're writing about. And
and I'm the same way. And I think it's like, this probably more so just how like we grew up with music. So but like the younger generation, they're probably just like, whatever, a song's a song.
So like Billy Talent was releasing an album. I was like at HMV that day.
Yeah, I remember. I would always leave high school, go to the mall.
Pretty much my family would only give me like Logga McQuade or HMV gift cards because it's like music. You love music.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I always remember. Yeah, like skipping school to go buy CDs and shit.
I used to go in and I would just like go to, they'd have genre sections, right? And I would just like buy a CD and I
Yeah.
would like find bands like that. Like I'm pretty sure that's how I bought Bless the Fall.
Oh,
You ever heard of that band? Like
yeah, yeah.
like it was like their first album. Randomly, like it was just in a thing and I bought it and I was like, okay, Matt, like and then you know, like heavier stuff and like just crazy, but you know, it's type 2 letters in your phone and you can find endless amounts of music.
Pretty
Weird.
much.
It's a
It's
weird the weird divide from being a music lover, like a music listener lover and a music maker, because I'm like, you know, people deserve more money, but I'm like, I love having music at the touch of your fingertips, right?
yeah, I
It's
hear you there.
crazy. It does. It's I don't know.
It's funny that you bring up Bless the Fall because their first show ever in Canada was in Edmonton with Bleed the Dream, and we opened up for them.
That's awesome.
So we got to they were great guys. It was so funny because like when we were having a conversation with them, you know, they were asking us all these like funny, like, do Canadians really do this? Like, do you guys do
Really?
this? Yeah, it was hilarious. It was the funniest conversation ever. But no, those guys
It's
were awesome
weird.
dudes.
That's funny. That was like honestly, it must have been like I think that album was like 15 years ago or something crazy, right? Like
Something stupid, yeah.
I was
That sounds about right though. Yeah, like it's probably that old.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll randomly see like things in social. It's like, here's albums that are turning 20. And you're like, what?
Oh, and you're like, oh, I literally listened to a song off that album yesterday. And you're like, no, I really am that old.
Yeah, you're like, holy shit, man. No, like, because what, like, yeah, like I know you were kind of saying Protest, Alexis on Fire. Like, what other bands did you kind of like listen to when you were growing up there?
Honestly, like one album I would still listen to like religiously to this day is Stadium Arcadium by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like growing up, it's the weird, right? Because it's a weird, like different genre stuff. But growing up, it was double album. There's like 20 something songs, and I just remember being mesmerized by the guitar and like just how like four dudes just work so well together.
Yeah,
and also with my friend I grew up with, that we like learned guitar and love, like kind of learned how to love music together. We just
nice.
like it was crazy because like, you know, some songs are so different and stuff, and it's really just like truly like four dudes fucking playing instruments together. Yeah, so that's one that sticks out for me too. But
nice. Yeah, I was good. Yeah, like that was one question that kind of goes into one question I was going to ask was like, because you know, you can look back on like all these albums, but like kind of like you said, one that you religiously listen to. Like for me, one that I can remember is Louder Now by Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, yeah, no, I was a huge Taking Back Sunday.
That album is just fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was like one of the ones where when I was a kid, my sister came in and was like, oh, I think you might like this. And it was Tell All Your Friends.
Yeah.
It's like throwing that in the next picture, just throwing that into a kid's life. It's like, ooh, yeah, they're so good. Like they're so good.
Yeah, man, it's so fun. Like, I don't know your vehicle. Like, I think ours is a 2013, but like, you know, it's still got like, you can put the CD in. It's just like, does that even exist anymore?
Oh yeah. No. My car still has, and our van is, I mean, it's sad. It's sitting on a flat right now in the driveway, and just like, oh,
just waiting.
Deserved so much more love last year than it got. But.
Hell yeah, man. And yeah, I guess in the midst of all this too, like I don't know if you're like me, but like I'm a big movie and TV show guy, so like I've definitely been through a lot during this pandemic, watched a lot. How about you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I am to series and stuff, like just being, I'm a visual kind of guy. I never liked reading really that much, so I just watch movies and stuff. And what I watched recently, that the show on Netflix that's like Love, Death and Robots.
Oh yes.
Watch that. It's crazy. So every episode is a different animation, but it's almost like a Black Mirror kind of thing. So everything's, you know, it's just like a quick 20-minute different story.
Yeah, and some of them are even shorter. Like I've seen like
Yeah,
11 minutes. Yeah, it's really
like
cool.
really cool. Like they're really captivating. It's really interesting. It's a different kind of style of art, and that's been kind of what I've been into lately. That and hockey. I mean, nice been watching live stuff come back and
Yeah,
seeing
man.
people kind of be out and about.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's always that true crime serial killer docs, man.
Ooh, yeah, we did watch that Son of Sam.
That was good.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Honestly, that was really good because I knew nothing about it. And I was like, whoa, this took a way darker turn, like it being, like the result of what it was. Crazy.
Yeah, and like me, I've always kind of been interested in that stuff, so I've always known a bit about kind of each one. But even like the Night Stalker, like that was a great one to me. That was so good.
And it's crazy to see these people that are so passionate that like, and just like commit their lives to like these stories and finding out stuff that's like left unknown, and show that like there's so many different passions and people that can give their lives to things. It's crazy.
Yeah, and like because one thing I do too is I'll just randomly put on some like shows, like even if I'm just doing stuff around the house. I like to have like the noise there sometimes. Like, is there any kind of like just good go-tos that you have for like TV shows or anything?
Honestly, I usually when I'm not listening to music, like I listen to Sirius XM and I listen to Howard Stern show pretty much.
Okay.
Like a good podcast.
Yeah.
Just like I love comedy. Like like I'll always throw on like a good stand-up event if it's 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever. So I definitely like to keep things light in my life and listen to a lot of comedy.
Yeah, no, I'm the same, man. Yeah, I love like any stand up, all that. Like, have you the one podcast there, like Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer there?
Yeah, I actually watched one of Tom Segura's ones like really the other week.
Oh yeah, was it Ball Hog, the newest one?
I can't remember the name because like now they have so many on Netflix. So I'm just like, have I seen this one? And if like, even if I've seen it, I'll watch it again. It's like because the jokes are on, and it's kind of like I'll put it on while I'm working on music or playing the guitar and stuff, and then it's just like something, funny going on. But yeah.
His podcasts are really good. Like Your Mom's House or Two Bears One Cave. I listen to those ones a lot. Those are good. And yeah, I guess because I could never get into Howard Stern though. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I honestly like. It's great. Like I once I started kind of listening to a couple episodes that intrigued me and whatever, and I kind of dove into the history and stuff, and like it's done some crazy stuff to be the guy and the kind of entertainer that he is. And I really kind of learned some lessons too as I was listening. Like, I've never seen a dude that's been so devoted to his craft. And now it's almost in like the 5th decade of him working in radio. Crazy.
That's crazy.
And just being involved with like the music industry too, and how much of an impact that he had on media and stuff before all this. And yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, for me to find something like that. It's really funny. It's good.
Nice, man. And like, how's home life? Like being your home most of the time?
Yeah, you know what? I'm lucky enough that where I'm working up a couple of days a week now, but really my days are just filled with either being on the computer or having a guitar in my hand. I've been doing a lot of recording lately.
Nice.
A bunch of demos that we're working on. So
sweet.
It's been all right. I mean, also with the summer weather coming, you get more excited to do stuff. It's not as gloomy and whatever.
Yeah, true enough. And like, are you guys have girlfriends and stuff like that?
Yeah. I live with my girlfriend. Actually, yesterday was our anniversary.
Oh, congrats.
9 years. Yeah, 9 years.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's been a while, but great. Yeah, we all have our significant others.
Nice. And I guess
so
kind of
nice. It's nice to it's nice to be with someone that supports you for what you love and
Yeah,
what you want to do. And yeah,
true enough. Like,
yeah,
has that changed a lot? Like, being, I'm assuming you guys see more of each other now with all this.
yeah, like honestly, even like the first time we really moved in together was in February, like last before it started in
Oh,
COVID. So
okay.
it's been nice. I mean, we've been kind of working periodically and stuff. I'm lucky enough to go in a couple of days, and then um, she's been working and stuff too. But no, it's
Nice.
been great actually. You know, like
That's good, man.
it's
That's
nice
good.
to
Cause yeah,
be.
you know, it's from what you hear, it's like hit and miss. Some people are good. Some people it's like chaos. Cause
Yeah,
they're
it's
just,
kind of, well, it's like, I mean, I mean, in a way, it's like you're forced to stay home. Isn't that like the goal? Like, it's like, don't you just want to stay home
exactly.
anyways, right?
Yeah, true
So if you
enough.
guys are together too much, what isn't that supposed to be the point?
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
yeah, true enough.
Yeah. No, it's been, yeah, but the thing is just stay, stay active and do fun things, right? Like go outside and do, there's still, even though we've been, Ontario, we've been in lockdown for quite a while on and off, but like there's still like a ton of stuff you can do and
hmm
kind of keep your lives, eventful.
Yeah, exactly. Like me and my wife this summer, we've pretty much the big thing we've done is tackle like our backyard. Just doing a lot of like
We
we cut down like 2 trees. We're
honestly, nice. Yeah, we and like we moved into the place we're living at now. We moved in October last year, so it's the first summer in this place. But right away, like we dug out a section in our backyard for a garden, like dug all the grass up and fenced it
nice.
off. And it's just, a reason to get outside. Like it's kind of, it's inspiring too if you just have some music on and walk outside
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
kind of
That's pretty
see
much yeah.
the opposite.
Whenever I mow the lawn, I just put my headphones in. Do my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been interesting because I got like we have a son and he started kindergarten in the midst of all this,
Oh,
right?
really? Oh, wow. That
That
must have been
was that was interesting, man.
a, it's been tough
Especially
making decisions too to be like, what's the safest for them?
yeah, yeah, like we were like, yeah, no, he'll go. Like it'll like we're confident it'll be fine. It's just like such a weird thing how he starts school, you know, with all these restrictions, wearing a mask like all the time he's in school. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah. You see a post it's like, well, like I was nervous probably on my first day of school, but like this is the next level. Like, I didn't have
exactly,
to
yeah.
wear,
Yeah, I didn't have to like wear masks and sanitize like crazy.
and all this stuff. And I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
this happened when I was a kid. Like I'd be uncontrollable. You touch everything when you're
Well,
a kid,
that's the
so it's
funny thing
tough. And
too. Yeah, like
feel for
I would always take
like,
him shopping and it would now it's like no because he's going to touch every single thing in the store. It's just a nightmare.
right? Yeah, and you can't. It's like, wow, like they and every like for a young child, every moment is just a learning experience too. So it's tough that they can't just go
Yeah, it's
out,
funny
do
like
what you would normally do in a grocery store, like and I would touch everything too. You see a nice different
yeah,
product and all this stuff, and
yeah, that was kind of one thing that was just such a switch was like being a parent that's like, you know, kids like they do what they got to do, they're learning. And now it's like as a parent with all these restrictions, yada yada, it's like you got to kind of buckle down and be like, okay, you can't do that. It's hard because they're not really aware of what you're saying, right? Like I don't understand.
yeah.
So it's like it's just this weird thing of trying to keep that in check.
Yeah,
It's
and I hope that like this vision of like what shows and stuff used to be, and like kids are not affected by like this kind
mhm.
of like distancing of human contact, right? Like of being out in
Yeah.
public so much, because I know I have my brother and my sister both have had kids in the past year. So
Oh,
it's weird to and you think in a normal era, like everyone would be around the babies and everyone's holding the babies and stuff, but
nice.
they
Yeah.
had to go through a year of not
Not
you know
seeing them. Yeah.
cautious and being careful of what activities you do and stuff. So I mean, hopefully we're at the tail end of
Oh,
everything. It's
yeah,
just
man.
like, meh.
Yeah, I think it's like for
Hopefully
kids.
we'll forget about it as fast as it's gone by, I guess.
I hope so, because yeah, even for kids, like all those activities are so important. Like we had him in swimming, soccer, and that's all
Right?
gone.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's how and that's how you make, your friends and fund. Eventually when you start getting older, that's how you find people that have the same interests as
yeah,
you as well, right? Like even though you're doing it from a young age, and then yeah, like sport, like growing up for me, like sports were a huge part of my life. Like I love playing hockey and I love playing soccer.
yeah, man. No, I was always a big soccer guy from that when me growing up, and then like once I got so big into music, I was like, this is all I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, I loved being active, like even through high school and stuff. I played like soccer and volleyball on the team and stuff. But whenever I was home, I would just like get home in my room, pick up guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Oh,
it's funny how much stuff you can learn when you're a kid.
oh yeah, man.
I always say that now. I'm like, I don't think like I'd be able to learn the guitar now if I try. Like if I didn't know what to do, because like I just don't have that time, or that you have so many other commitments when you get older and focus on so many other things. I'm like, thank God that I actually had this.
Yeah, like what
Passion
was
early.
what was our biggest worry then, right? Like just nothing. Just
Yeah,
do whatever you want. You don't have to worry about like, paying the mortgage and work and
I
stuff.
know, I know. But I mean, it's a passion that starts early and then just never gets out of you, right? Like it'll
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I've always been
always be
into any kind of creativity. Like before music, I was big into drawing. So
nice.
yeah, so it's always
Yeah,
I always
that is
needed a
one,
creative
honestly,
outlet.
like doing the like learning graphic design like pretty heavily and and all that stuff. It's just like I wish that I started drawing when I
Yeah,
was earlier, because like when I was younger, the possibilities are endless. Like if you have an imagination, you can just
just
draw, like
yeah,
make some crazy, insane stuff. On But it is what it is. You
yeah.
can only
True
learn
enough.
so much.
No, true, man. Yeah, no. Here's I'm curious to see what yours says. If I don't know, I'm not going to judge you or anything. It depending on what you have on there. But if on your Spotify, what's like if you go to your on repeats, what's your first like 5 songs on there?
Oh yeah, I've got some. Let's do it. Let's see. Probably a lot of Spirit Box and Call It El Captas right now.
Oh yeah, Tailspin.
Yeah, we've guys once a while ago, before all this, and then yeah, we just become good friends with them.
Yeah, I know they're
Let's
great
see,
dudes.
library. Oh, let's see. I have Stand Atlantic, Blurry, probably a song I listen to every single day. It's
Oh,
a good
nice.
one. Band's so good.
Oh yeah, so good.
And I'm so super jealous of all these Australian bands that are playing shows and like
I
doing
know.
all this stuff. It's awesome. But yeah, Stand Atlantic. Um, it's this other. Have you ever, honestly, I sent this to the other guys, but there's a song called oh, what's it? By Ren for Short. It's a, yeah, it's a just like a younger girl singer, but
Okay.
the song it's called Virtual Reality, and I guess she probably released it like before, like right when COVID was happening and stuff.
Okay.
But for some reason, it's like a pop song, but it actually goes hard for like some reason. It's such a good song. So I'll say this is my recommendation is Virtual Reality.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, it's funny.
Reality. Nice. Yeah, the first one on my repeat is Death Wish, Standing Line.
Nice.
I was
Well,
I've been listening to it a lot.
like, yeah, I kind of like, I just, I had all the songs to my like songs, and I just constantly just shuffle through everyone. So
That's
I get
pretty much what I
songs
do.
that, I've from bands that I listened to like 10 years ago, and then songs that I, just found out lately.
Yeah. No,
So
like
thinking of Spotify and stuff, right?
yeah, like another one I got on here is Magnolia Park. I've been listening to those guys a lot.
Ooh, another good one, because like, I mean, I go like, my genres are just crazy, right? Like I can listen to like the heaviest shit to the lightest stuff. But another one I'm listening to a lot is The Familiar Gray by Eberella.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of heavier, but
nice.
The Familiar Gray, the good song.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of like, older, more Alexis kind of stuff, like stuff.
Nice.
It's like, yeah, I kind of have a feeling it's about like a Game of Thrones episode or something.
Okay.
Like the lyrics, but it's a good song. Yeah, it's good.
Nice. That's all right. One thing I'll ask you, because I've asked the other guys this too. We'll make it like non-genre specific, but like, who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of bands / artists?
Ooh, I mean, I gotta stick to Alexis. It's probably Alexis on Fire is probably like my favorite band ever.
Nice.
Just because like growing up, my sister saw them at like a YMCA show.
Oh,
like before they were even anything, and had one of their CD that she gave me. Was like, oh, you might like this band, when I like was learning guitar, and it was like a burnt CD from Alexis on Fire.
Oh, okay.
So then I just obviously followed their whole career and then see how, how well they did as a Canadian Canadian band.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Green Day was probably a huge thing for my punk kind of
for sure
interest, right? Like they just had so many songs by the time I got into them too, right? Like in the 90s. And
yeah.
I mean, what's another, like some older artists that I like my mom used to listen to. Like I love Billy Joel.
Okay.
Probably one of my favorite artists too.
Nice.
Just like a guy that just loves to play music and all he wants to do is play.
Yeah.
What's that? 3? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I mean, Billy Talent too.
Yeah, Billy Talent's a good one.
I think the first, I think that one of the first like big concerts I went to and like realized what a band could be was a Billy Talent concert.
Nice.
And I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it at 4, I guess.
That's good. Yeah.
It's hard to pick because like it all depends a lot of what mood I'm into and what I'm listening to. But obviously there's a ton of like really like pillar artists that have an impact in my life. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. And Billy Talent's always been a good one. The first time I saw them was it was before they released Try Honesty. Like kind of just before that all came out was when they were opening up for Sum 41 on that Doesn't Get Infected tour.
Yeah. And even like Sum 41, it's like it's when you're from around the same area too, it's like a different realization where it's like these guys probably just did the same thing I'm doing. Like
exactly.
They just bought a guitar one day, right? Like
yeah.
And so you just it inspires you to I mean, not you don't want to be like them. You just feel good that like people are into the same things that you are. And it's like seems possible, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, 100%, man. And do you have any like I look for like it could be like an embarrassing, a funny story or whatever from like any kind of touring or show or anything like that about you guys?
I mean, a lot of crazy stuff happens when we're on the road.
I know those are the best ones.
Yeah, we played. I don't know. We played. I mean, I guess this is like a sequence. We played a show in Toronto, but we were doing like a Quebec tour, so we're playing like was like 7 or 8 dates like within Eastern Ontario and Quebec
Yeah.
and stuff. And we played a Toronto date, and like I don't know why I was the one that said, okay, I'll start driving first because we had to get to Montreal. So like right after the Toronto date, we were driving straight to Montreal. But everyone else fell asleep, and I just like at 2 o'clock in the morning after playing a set, I just drove to Montreal straight. And no one else woke up at all. And like we like parked the car in a parking lot. I was like, hey, yeah, guys, we're here. And, and then like and then on that same tour, there was one show because I was playing bass at that point too. And I remember like I went to, it was like a start of a breakdown or something, like some heavy part where I was really going to give some attitude, and I went to give like a high kick.
Yeah.
And I slipped on like an XLR cord and just full on like I was probably like horizontal for like 3 seconds and then like hit the ground. And our photographer at the time, Quaid, got like every like clip by clip.
Nice.
So we lived that for a while, but yeah, I mean, when you're playing shows every other night, you know, stuff's bound to happen, and you just
there's always good stories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had that where I've tripped over something. Oh my god, it's the worst.
Oh yeah. Like even I remember shows when like I was first starting to play, and like when you just had like patch cord issues and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What's not working? You're like standing there. It's like whatever you don't want to happen, it's happened. It has to happen at least once during your career until you eventually get to a point where you're like, maybe I should like look into why certain stuff's happening and maybe pay some money and put some more effort into this. But I mean, it's all about learning, right? Like
exactly. Yeah, I remember the worst show we ever did. It was we were playing this one show for this one promoter. He was, at the time, it was just like, he's the guy you want to like pick you for shows. And I remember we were doing a sound check because we were opening, and the sound check there, I broke my G string. I was like, shit. And then I didn't have a spare one in my case. I was like, fuck. So I asked a random guitarist at the show, and he's like, yeah, I got one here, man, you can use it. I was like, oh, thanks, man. So I restring my guitar, all that, and so okay, we're good to go. And then as soon as we go up to play the first song, the first strum, the G string broke again.
Whoa.
And then during the first song, our drummer, he kicked the pedal went through the bass drum. So there was like, I had to try and figure out what I was playing on my guitar. There was no bass drum in the whole set.
Oh yeah,
it was terrible.
When I played a show once when we were, it's like I was younger, and we played Kingston. We were in high school, and we played Kingston on like a Tuesday night. We're like, well, okay, we're just not going to go to class this day. We had a van and a trailer, and we went and played this random, like, I don't know why we did it. It's Tuesday night in Kingston. Like, there's not going to be a lot of people there. It's to be like 5 college kids there when we're like 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember our guitarist fell, like he was going wild, and he fell into the drum set and knocked the whole drum set over. But it was just like, you sit up and we keep playing. And then on the way back, we like ran over a bungee cord, and we got a flat tire on our van. And we were just stuck on the side of the 401 on like a Wednesday morning trying to get home. And we're like,
oh my God. That's insane. Yeah, and that stuff happens, man, and it just makes for a good story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. And you learn from it. It's like, next time on the road, I probably would avoid the bungee cord next time.
Exactly. Yeah. And I guess before we end this one off, like, you guys, have you been writing like a bunch of new songs?
Yeah, we got we got about 6 or 7 on the go right now.
Nice.
Yeah, put a bit of money together to get some more stuff to be able to do demos at home, and doing a lot more sending stuff over, like just email and stuff, and getting everyone to do their own parts from where we are. So it's been a different type of writing than we're used to, but
Nice,
I mean,
man.
it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of nice. We've before we put out songs just to kind of show our transition and get them out right away. But now it's like, we've had this time to work on them and kind of make them as best as we think they can, and even drop songs and have other ones that kind of speak to us more. So it's been a different writing process, but we're excited because we're gonna have a bunch of stuff.
Nice, man.
Yeah, we're gonna try and hopefully in the fall we're gonna try and get these songs.
Sweet, man. That's I'm excited to hear some
Yeah.
new shit. That's for sure.
Yeah,
That'll be nice.
I'm excited too. Like I really like some of the new stuff we're doing. It's different sound, and it's kind of like not every song sounds the same. Like it almost could be different genre wise. Like we really want to kind of portray like different styles that we listen to, and we think about what, like, how we're going to play these songs live a lot too. So like we want to create like a show, you want to create a real show.
Yeah.
So you want to have stories to tell. So having different types of songs, you can really build like a, captivating, entertainment experience.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, that'll be good. I'm excited, man. I can't wait to hear more new stuff from you guys. And I guess I'll end it off with this one. Out of all your songs, maybe it's off the latest EP there. Like which one would you say, like I guess you can say like that you're most proud of in the midst of like the writing process and that. And like if that's the one that kind of like, I always find there's like one song that sits with you because of like a personal experience. Like would that be kind of the same song, or would there be two different ones for you?
I think if I were to think of one, it would be like Discourse off the latest EP was kind of like a stripped down song and had just a couple guitars, and then emotionally I went kind of all for it at the end with vocals. But it's kind of it was a song where it's different from whatever, like everything that we've released before. It was kind of showed that like we're a band that like literally we just need a guitar and we can just play our songs too, right? So I kind of at the time put a lot of what I was going through, and like personally a lot of the lyrics are really close to me. So I think that's probably the song that I'm most proud of. And I grew up playing guitar, learning acoustic guitar. So I want to, it's nice to have those kind of like toned down songs but still full of emotion.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I love that song. It's a great song. I know what you mean at the end there where you kind of that was a lot of emotion and it fit, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, and it was like we wanted to have these like a bunch of songs ready when we started writing new music and stuff, and it was a decision just to be like, it was to dedicate this one just to something that's really raw and kind of sounds like it's live off the floor. And when we play it live, hopefully it sounds exactly the same way.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait for things to open up and we can do shows and all that stuff. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, we'll have to we're gonna try and reschedule that West Coast tour real quick and get freaking out there.
Yeah, man. And you know what? Yeah, when you show up in Edmonton, you let me know. I'll be there, man. 100%.
Oh yeah, we'll be there.
Perfect, man. Yo, well, thanks, Andrew, for sitting down and chatting with me, man. This was fun.
Yeah. Anytime, man. It's great.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know anything you want to say with like stuff you guys got going on, check out, or
I mean, weigh the anchor on Spotify, iTunes, any streaming platform, weightheanchor.com for merch, stuff like that, but just pretty much keep supporting Canadian bands and local music. That's all I gotta say.
Couldn't have said it better, man. Good job. All right. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Take
Peace.
care, man. Have a good one.